Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to our Staff Development Day this morning, and to the new calendar year. We're almost halfway through our academic year, and I do hope that the winter break treated you well, and that you're now full of energy and ready to begin the next phase of learning for our students. The intent of today's PD aims to hopefully inspire and empower teachers, and the way I'd like to do that is to focus on why we're here at Aoba, why we choose to accept our appointment to be a teacher at Aoba. And this particular session, hopefully will unpack what I believe what it means to be an Aoba teacher and how we are working to fostering that notion. To that end, we're working on establishing 3 foundational documents to contextualise Aoba's vision, namely our leadership framework, the teaching and learning framework, and the professional learning and development framework. Together they will celebrate the collective identity of Aoba supporting you, our teachers, as the face of Aoba in our community. To begin with, and to set the scene for this session, I'd like to introduce Professor Hedley Beare's book called Creating the Future School. This book captivated my perspective on education, over 20 odd years ago. This book was written in the year 2000. Now, I shared the larger text about Angelica with you in last Friday's memo, so hopefully you had a chance to read it. That narrative follows Angelica, a 5-year-old, through a lifetime of transformative experiences, hopefully projecting a future where teaching has undergone significant change. Remembering, of course, this was written back in the year 2000, but I think it's very relevant to our students who are joining us today. As Angelica's story unfolds, we are witnessing the dynamic evolution of education. Back then, as we moved into the 21st century of learning, the traditional teaching was giving way to more innovative methods. And some of these methods were influenced by technology, and still is today, some societal shifts, and even an evolving understanding of pedagogy and how children learn. Now, against the backdrop of a rapidly changing world, our teachers, not just here but everywhere, are challenged to adapt to new opportunities and navigate a transformed educational landscape, which, as I said, is shaped by changing technology. And today we have the influence of the artificial intelligence era, but hopefully we're all working towards this global notion of learning. Angelica's narrative redefines education, and it redefines the role of the teacher, not just as knowledge conveyors, but also as facilitators of critical thinking, creativity, adaptability. So beyond the traditional classrooms, it emphasises cultivating skills that prepare students for the complexities of what we deem to be the modern world. I think, in essence, creating a future school, it painted a vivid picture of the educational landscape that awaits Angelica and students like her. It sparks a dialogue about the evolving nature of teaching and learning, encouraging reflection on the essential qualities and the skills that will define educators of tomorrow. This imaginative exploration offers, I believe, a thought-provoking glimpse into the exciting and hopefully transformative world that lies ahead, that you as teachers are cultivating for both Angelica and for the teaching profession as a whole. Now, when you look through that narrative by Angelica, or for Angelica, a number of key questions arise. Now, I'd like you to just pause for a moment and halt this video while you sort of have a look at some of these questions that Angelica is asking. And I'm wondering how you and your colleagues, the people sitting next to you perceive these questions, and what might your answers be. So just take a moment, have a look through, and share your thoughts. And when you're ready, just continue with this presentation, please. Okay, so that's Angelica and what she was hoping that her teachers would provide for her. And I hope that the conversation that you had was, was quite rich around that. I just want to pause for a moment and look at your motivations, because I want to bring this all back to Aoba. What was your reason for choosing to sign on the dotted line of your contract to be a teacher here at Aoba? Was it simply convenience, opportunity, or is there a deeper reason for being so? I think that across the countryside, there's lots of reasons why teachers choose certain schools to be their place of employment. And I just really wonder what your motivations might be. So with that, just take a moment, again, just pause and reflect. This is really important as we build through the next part of this presentation. So halt the video now and share some of your insights to some of these questions which are on the screen for you. Okay, well, I hope that, again, there's some richness in the conversations that you are having and trying to really pin down your motivations to be here at Aegis. And now let me see if I can bring all this together. We all have our own motivations to be a teacher at Aoba, but I wonder, do our motivations make us an Aoba teacher, or are we just a teacher who simply happens to be here at Aoba? I think the answer lies somewhere in Aoba's ethos. The vision, mission, and the core values of Aoba form what I believe is a cohesive framework that defines the ethos of Aoba education. As an Aoba teacher, I'm hopeful that the connection between these elements shapes the role into a dynamic and purpose-driven endeavour for you. The vision of being an internationally recognised education group sets the stage for transformative education, not only within the confines of Japan, but also on the global scale. And you heard Shibata-san share his thoughts on the future of Aoba. Aoba teachers are integral to this vision. You play a crucial role in bringing about the progressive change in the mindset and the actions within our group culture and within our leadership, from grassroots all the way through to the CEO. The mission emphasises strategic imperatives that align with the progressive mindset, our flexible teaching expectations, and the learning approaches. And even, we could say some of the innovative campus designs, both of the renovations at Hikarigoka and also at Bunkia, a new campus. And hopefully that all leads to a sustainable growth program. Now, Aoba teachers embody these imperatives by fostering a culture of, I believe, continuous learning, adapting the teaching methods in order to connect the local and global environments, which is a real eye-opener, and actively participating in the design of the physical learning environment in our classrooms, but also in terms of the virtual learning environments that we're building, and hopefully that is supporting that whole innovation background. Now, when we move into the 5 Aoba values, they further reinforce our mission and vision. Aoba teachers are not just educators. Now, you are mentors, shaping global leaders who hopefully will understand and appreciate the diverse perspectives. You will be instilling an entrepreneurial spirit by encouraging innovation and the application of knowledge to improve student learning, and also when students move into the community at large, be fully fledged members of society. They will need effective communication skills, and I think that is the cornerstone of our teaching. And Aoba teachers exemplify this by facilitating, open dialogue, focusing on the student agency, listening to the ideas of your students. And moreover, I think that as wise risk takers and effective problem solvers, our Aoba teachers guide our students in developing the analytical thinking skills and a proactive approach to creating what I believe hopefully will be a positive change in the world. And our world is certainly in need of that positive nature and conversation. So, in essence, being an Aoba teacher is about embodying the vision, mission, and values of Aoba. It means actively contributing to the transformation of education, fostering a culture of innovation and global citizenship, instilling in our students the dispositions, and the characteristics that align with Aoba's core values. I believe Aoba teachers are not just educators, they are catalysts for positive change, playing a vital role in shaping what we hope will be the future leaders, the thinkers, the responsible global citizens, and they will be portraying the values and traits that we hope will make a big difference to the world that they will grow into. So I think Aoba supports our teachers in becoming Aoba educators through what I'm hoping will be 3 interconnected frameworks. And this is what I'm working on at the moment. The Aegis Leadership Framework, the Aegis Teaching and Learning Framework, and the Aegis Teacher Professional Learning and Development Framework. I shared a little document with you in last Friday's memo that sort of begins this sort of conversation. So let's just have a look at the leadership framework. Now, this is going to be serving as a guiding force that recognises leadership as a collective responsibility woven into our daily activities. I believe that Aoba acknowledges that leadership is not confined to the titles of individuals, but it's a shared responsibility integrated into the interactions and the decision-making processes right across the school. Now, Aoba teachers, regardless of their designation, contribute to the broader leadership capacity within the school. The framework emphasises leadership development for everybody, extending its commitment to teachers, administration staff, support staff, the back office staff. I think Aoba provides, and this document, will provide clear guidelines and expectations that promotes collaboration, innovation, and a comprehensive, cohesive leadership culture. By fostering collaboration and innovation, I believe that Aoba empowers each teacher to contribute to the school's growth and to our development, and nurturing the skills needed for effective decision-making and strategic planning. There are 5 key elements to our leadership framework. Leading the vision, leading the teaching and learning, leading community, leading accountability, and leading the collaboration. And with that, I think that we'll have a very comprehensive leadership framework. The development of the teaching and learning framework is really important, and it's going to evolve from our leadership framework. It's going to align with our foundational principles, and it embodies a structured and cohesive educational approach, aiming to harmonise our teaching and learning practices across our many diverse programs. The framework emphasises diversity and inclusivity, celebrates the richness, while ensuring that we have a common thread of educational excellence right across the school. Aoba focuses on quality assurance by defining what is effective teaching practices, what the overall quality of education should look like, and providing hopefully a very transparent guide for our instructional design. The third important framework is the Teaching Professional Learning and Development Framework. And this is going to be strategically aligned with the Teaching and Learning Framework, underscoring Aoba's commitment to teacher growth and ongoing development. This framework, I believe, will be anchored in the effective teaching practices that we are developing that will form a connection with the teaching and learning framework. It will incorporate a job-embedded teacher performance and appraisal process and build upon the work that we've done so far in helping to develop an overarching culture of continuous improvement in our school. Aoba provides, I believe, some constructive feedback, and that will be developed and linked to our teaching and learning framework principles. That will enable us to foster a more targeted professional learning program tailored to teachers' unique needs. So together, these three frameworks create what I believe will be a comprehensive support system for our teachers, emphasising leadership development, cohesive teaching practices and ongoing professional growth. My commitment to these frameworks and hopefully yours as well will ensure that all our teachers are well equipped to contribute actively to our school's vision of educational excellence. So with that, when I revisit the insights from Professor Hedley Beare's book, I believe deeply that they resonate with the essence of what it means to be an Aoba teacher. The exploration of Angelica's lifelong learning, I believe, reflects this dynamic and evolving nature of education. And I believe wholeheartedly that Aoba teachers are well positioned to navigate this ever-changing landscape. At Aoba, the development of our teaching and learning framework, which I've just mentioned, encompassing our three key drivers: team-based learning, open-ended inquiry and student agency. And that aligns with the forward-thinking vision that is obviously presented in Hedley Beare's book, but also encapsulated in our school's vision. Now, you, as teachers in Aoba, are not just conveyors of knowledge as mentioned before. You are the facilitators of the critical thinking, the creativity and the adaptability, mirroring the envisaged role of education that Angelica is looking for. I believe Aoba teachers are equipped to go beyond our traditional methodologies that were sort of, the hallstone of schools, and with the change in thinking, the understanding of how kids learn today, and the nature of the changed environments, that we are working to improve the educational experiences for our students. As Aoba teachers, we must adapt to the new challenges and opportunities. We need to be resilient and agile, ready to embrace the continuing change in this educational landscape. And I wonder what that might be and what it might look like. I mean, we recognise the transformative impact of technology today, artificial intelligence, and the global nature of education and how we can connect our classroom to the real wide and big world out there. How we can create a dynamic and interconnected hub of learning. But I wonder how that impacts upon us individually. Now, I believe that you, as Aoba teachers, you're actively engaged with these conversations. You're integrating them into your teaching practices. As I wander the corridors and visit the classrooms, I see people building their understanding of generative AI to try and help them with their work, using it to create more engaging lessons with their students. And I suppose that sort of typifies our approach, that we are trying to enhance the educational experience for our students. Now, Hedley Beare in his book emphasises the importance of cultivating skills that prepare students for the complexities of the next realm. He calls it the modern world, and we are working towards doing this. And we do that through the team-based learning, our open-ended inquiry, and our student agency elements. We empower students to develop such critical thinking, research skills, creativity, and the ability to make choices. And we help them to set their goals and work towards those. So as Aoba teachers, you are playing a pivotal role in nurturing these essential skills, ensuring that our students are well prepared for the challenges and opportunities of the future. The narrative presented in the Creating the Future School, I believe, aligns seamlessly with the vision and expectations of being an Aoba teacher. Aoba teachers are not just witnesses to change, they are active participants in shaping the future of education. This is you. This is what you're doing every day. With a commitment to innovation, adaptability, and the holistic development of our students, you're well equipped to thrive in this ever-changing world, and the world that's depicted in Hedley Beare's book. The essence of being an Aoba teacher, I believe, lies in embracing the change, fostering the critical skills needed, and preparing students for a future that is both exciting and full of possibilities. The traits that are needed to support the learning of our students, students like Angelica, the students who are coming into our grade 1 class for the next academic year, these skills and these traits are going to be more and more important as the days roll on. Now, beyond the frameworks, the structures that define our educational approach, it is the human element, the vibrant tapestry of each individual in our organisation that breathes life into the very essence of our identity. At the core of Aoba's identity is the commitment to, I believe, our international baccalaureate program, our PYP program, our MYP program, and our DP. Yet it's not just about adhering, to the IB way. It's about instilling a global perspective in each student, nurturing a mindset that goes beyond the borders and embraces the diversity of life. In our exploration of the Universal Design for Learning framework, for example, we're not merely adapting a methodology. We are creating an inclusive environment that recognises and celebrates the unique strengths of each student. It's about removing barriers to learning and ensuring that every individual feels seen, valued, and empowered. But what really sets Aoba apart, I believe, is our unwavering commitment to what we call a strength-based approach. It's more than just a pedagogical strategy. It's a philosophy that places the student at the centre. It's a great example is our GLD program, where the uniqueness of the student's view, aspirations, we look at their strengths and we acknowledge those, and we build them to provide what we believe is a supporting learning program that helps our students to be seen, valued, and empowered. It's a human-centred approach that recognises the potential in every student, fostering a community where everyone can thrive. And that's not just the GLD, that's in all that we do. Speaking of community, our diverse student body is not just a statistic, it's a testament to our belief in richness that comes from embracing differences. In this mosaic of talents and backgrounds, we find strength, resilience, and a collective commitment to learning from each other. They say 80% of what a child learns is from their peers, and we need to develop and facilitate that environment to enable that to happen. Hence why collaboration is such a big part of our leadership framework. Now, as we guide our students through this academic journey, we don't just focus on textbooks and exams. We provide a priority on their social and emotional development. Here at Aoba, we explicitly teach strategies for successful relationships and building that sort of positive self-image. We recognise that education extends beyond the cognitive domain, but it encompasses the holistic growth of every individual. And that's also about our teachers. Being an Aoba teacher means that being part of a vibrant and growing school community that aims to develop global leaders who can make a positive change to the world. Aoba teachers are expected to have high level of teaching ability, a deep understanding of their continuum of learning. But we also expect a kind and empathetic and a collaborative disposition. Aoba teachers also have the opportunity to work in this IB environment, which fosters inquiry, creativity, and an intercultural awareness among our students and our faculty. I believe that Aoba teachers are supported by our school's professional development, our leadership, our technology programs, as well as the diverse and dynamic, I believe, student body and parent community. Hopefully, being an Aoba teacher is a rewarding and challenging career that requires, I believe, passion, dedication, and innovation. So, as I bring this presentation or introduction to close, let's consider the interplay of what I've been speaking about, and that is namely that being an Aoba teacher guided by three key frameworks: the leadership framework, which serves as our guiding force, setting the stage for our teaching and learning framework, which is a synchronised approach to Aoba education. Hopefully, this harmonious synergy then lays the foundation for the third document, which will be the Teacher Professional Learning and Development Framework, which we've already begun, where the continuous growth is woven into the fabric of our everyday experiences. Now, these frameworks are not independent. They are built upon one another, weaving what I believe is a resilient tapestry that defines our educational landscape here at Aoba. Yet, at the core of Aoba's heartbeat, the true essence lies in each of you. You are the embodiment of Aoba. You are the architects shaping our character and our influence. In this collaborative odyssey, your commitment takes centre stage. Your actions, your unwavering dedication, you are the ones that propel our collective success. So together, let's nurture this culture of collaboration where our shared values and resolute commitment, I hope, drives us forward. As the faces of Aoba, your impact transcends the boundaries of the classroom. You represent the living manifestation of our vision and of our values. Every step you take adds a thread to this rich tapestry, which we call Aoba education. So let us embrace this journey together with a continued commitment for 2024 to the growth and collaboration and presenting our shared vision for Aoba. Your role is pivotal, and together, we don't just shape Aoba, we forge a dynamic community dedicated to hopefully education excellence. Remember, the standard you walk past each and every day is the standard you accept. So let's walk together. Let's set a standard of excellence that defines Aoba's legacy. And can I finally say thanks to all our staff who have volunteered to run sessions today. I'm very appreciative of you sharing your expertise with your colleagues. Such professional development is a multifaceted process, and your impact will shine in many ways and at many moments throughout the year. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm sure that Alison and Paul and Damien would be only too happy to answer them today. Can I thank you for your attentiveness this morning? Enjoy the PD Day, and I look forward to seeing great things come from great people that fashion what we call Aoba education. Cheers.